The Cadillac ATS is one of those cars that arrived at exactly the right moment for Cadillac. For decades, Cadillac had been seen as a brand that built large, comfortable cruisers, the kind of cars that your parents or grandparents might drive. But as the automotive world moved into the 21st century, buyers began demanding something different. They wanted smaller, more agile cars that could deliver both luxury and driving excitement. German brands like BMW, Mercedes-Benz, and Audi dominated this segment, with the BMW 3 Series in particular setting the gold standard for sports luxury sedans. Cadillac wanted to prove that it could compete on this stage, and the ATS was their bold answer. In today's video, we're going to take a deep dive into the Cadillac ATS, exploring its exterior design, interior comfort and features, driving performance, and pricing. Along the way, we'll also talk about what made this car special, where it had its flaws, and whether it's still a good buy in today's used car market. Let's begin with the exterior design. The Cadillac ATS looks sharp, modern, and unmistakably Cadillac. When it debuted in 2013, Cadillac was pushing forward with its art and science design language, a theme that emphasized bold creases, angular lines, and a futuristic look. This was a dramatic departure from the softer, more rounded shapes of many rivals, and it gave the ATS a presence that stood out immediately. At the front, the ATS greets you with a wide, shield-shaped grille, wearing Cadillac's crest proudly at the center. Slim, vertical headlights flank the grille, extending downward into the bumper. These vertical light signatures became a Cadillac trademark, making the car instantly recognizable at night. The hood has subtle sculpting, with character lines that flow back toward the windshield, hinting at the performance that lies beneath. From the side, the ATS has the proportions of a true sports sedan. The long hood, short deck, and tight overhangs give it an athletic stance. The roofline sweeps gently into the trunk, while a prominent shoulder line runs the length of the car. Wheel options ranged from clean 17-inch alloys to more aggressive 19-inch designs, and the wheel arches were sculpted to emphasize the car's planted stance. At the rear, Cadillac kept the vertical lighting theme alive with slim LED taillights that rise upward, mirroring the shape of the headlights. Depending on the trim, you might see dual exhaust tips, a subtle lip spoiler, or a more aggressive diffuser on performance models. Overall, the ATS looks like a car that's both luxurious and sporty, elegant yet purposeful. It wasn't just a handsome design, it also helped Cadillac carve out its own identity. While competitors often lean toward conservative, evolutionary designs, the ATS was daring, youthful, and modern. Even today, it still looks sharp and distinctive. Now let's step inside and talk about the interior. The cabin of the Cadillac ATS reflects Cadillac's mission to create a luxury experience with a modern twist. The first thing you notice is the driver-focused layout. The dashboard and center console are slightly angled toward the driver, creating a cockpit-like feel. This is a car that wants you to feel in command. Cadillac offered a wide range of trims and interior finishes, so the experience could vary depending on the model. But across the board, materials were of high quality. You'd find real leather upholstery, aluminum trim, carbon fiber accents, or genuine wood, depending on the package. The dashboard surfaces were soft touch, and Cadillac used contrast stitching and sculpted panels to create a premium, handcrafted look. The front seats are supportive and comfortable. In sport trims, you get bolstered seats that hug you during spirited driving, while luxury trims prioritize long-distance comfort. Power adjustments, heating, and ventilation were available, and higher trims added memory functions for multiple drivers. Cadillac clearly wanted to ensure that the ATS could deliver both performance-oriented seating and luxury comfort. The rear seats, however, are where the ATS reveals one of its compromises. Space in the back is somewhat tight compared to rivals like the BMW 3 Series or Audi A4. Taller passengers may find legroom and headroom lacking, making the ATS more of a driver's car than a family-friendly sedan. The trunk space is also on the smaller side, limiting practicality. Technology was an important focus inside the ATS. Cadillac introduced the Q infotainment system, Cadillac User Experience, which was built around a large touchscreen in the center stack. Q-controlled navigation, audio, climate, and smartphone integration. Features like Apple CarPlay and Android Auto were added later in the car's production, along with a premium Bose audio system that delivered crisp, immersive sound. The Q system, while advanced in concept, received mixed reviews. The touch-sensitive controls looked sleek but sometimes proved less responsive than traditional buttons. Still, Cadillac's effort to modernize the user interface showed its ambition to appeal to tech-savvy drivers. Other interior highlights included dual-zone automatic climate control, wireless charging pads in later models, push-button start, and available head-up display, which projected speed and navigation information directly onto the windshield. Safety features like blind spot monitoring, forward collision alert, and lane keeping assist were also available, making the ATS competitive in the luxury market. So while the rear space may not have been its strongest point, the interior overall felt upscale, modern, and tailored to those who appreciate both luxury and driving excitement. Now let's talk about the most exciting part, performance. This is where the Cadillac ATS really made its mark. Cadillac engineers designed the ATS from the ground up to compete with the best handling sedans in the world. The car was built on a lightweight chassis, with extensive use of high-strength steel and aluminum to reduce weight. It also featured near-perfect 50-50 weight distribution, a hallmark of balanced performance cars. From the start, the ATS offered rear-wheel drive as standard, with all-wheel drive available on some trims. This setup gave it the dynamic driving feel that enthusiasts crave, especially compared to the front-wheel drive sedans that dominated much of the American market. Under the hood, buyers had several choices. The 2.5-liter naturally aspirated four-cylinder, producing around 202 horsepower. This was the entry-level option, adequate for daily driving but not particularly exciting. The 2.0-liter turbocharged four-cylinder, with 272 horsepower and strong torque delivery. This became the sweet spot for many buyers, offering quick acceleration and impressive efficiency. The 3.6-liter V6, delivering 321 horsepower and a robust, thrilling driving experience. This engine gave the ATS serious muscle and was a great choice for those who wanted extra performance. For purists, Cadillac even offered a 6-speed manual transmission on certain models, though most cars came equipped with a 6-speed automatic, later upgraded to an 8-speed automatic in newer versions. On the road, the ATS impressed critics and drivers alike. The steering was sharp and communicative, giving you confidence in corners. The suspension tuning struck a great balance, firm enough for spirited driving, yet comfortable enough for everyday use. Cadillac also offered magnetic ride control, an adaptive suspension system that adjusted damping in milliseconds to road conditions, ensuring optimal comfort and handling. Braking was another strength. Performance models came with Brembo brakes up front, providing excellent stopping power and fade resistance during hard driving. Combine that with precise steering and balanced chassis dynamics, and the ATS delivered a driving experience that genuinely rivaled the BMW 3 Series, a remarkable accomplishment. And of course, for those who wanted extreme performance, there was the Cadillac ATS-V. Powered by a 3.6-liter twin-turbocharged V6 producing 464 horsepower and 445 pound-feet of torque, the ATS-V was a true sports sedan that could sprint from 0 to 60 miles per hour in under 4 seconds. It came with track-ready suspension, aggressive styling, and a driving experience that put it in the same league as the BMW M3 and Mercedes-AMG C63. While the ATS-V deserves its own dedicated review, it's worth mentioning as the pinnacle of what this platform could achieve. When it first launched, the Cadillac ATS started at around $33,000 for the base model. This made it competitively priced against its German rivals, often offering more standard features for the money. Mid-level trims like the 2.0T with added luxury features could run between $37,000 and $42,000, while the top-tier 5-6 models pushed closer to $50,000 or more when fully loaded. The ATS-V, being a high-performance model, commanded a much higher price, starting around $60,000 to $70,000 depending on options. In today's used car market, the Cadillac ATS represents a strong value proposition. You can find well-maintained examples of the 2.0T or V6 models for anywhere between $10,000 and $20,000, depending on mileage and condition. Even the ATS-V can sometimes be found in the $30,000 to $40,000 range, which is a bargain compared to the prices of used German performance sedans with similar capability. Of course, as with any used luxury car, buyers should be mindful of maintenance and repair costs, but the ATS has proven to be relatively reliable compared to some of its European counterparts. The ATS may not have had the long history or prestige of the BMW 3 Series or Mercedes C-Class, but it showed that Cadillac could build a world-class sports luxury sedan. Its strengths lie in its bold and distinctive exterior design, premium and modern interior, advanced technology, and most importantly, its thrilling driving dynamics. Yes, the rear seat space is limited, and the Q infotainment system wasn't perfect, but these issues don't overshadow what the ATS accomplished. It gave Cadillac a seat at the table in the competitive luxury sports sedan segment and showed the world that American engineering could truly rival the best from Europe. For those in today's market, the Cadillac ATS is a hidden gem. It offers outstanding performance, a luxurious cabin, and unique styling at prices that are far more accessible than many of its rivals. Whether you're looking for a stylish daily driver, a fun sports sedan, or a potential future classic in the form of the ATS-V, this car deserves a serious look. The Cadillac ATS is more than just a car. It's proof of Cadillac's ambition to reinvent itself, to blend American boldness with world-class engineering. It's stylish, it's fun to drive, and even years after leaving production, it still feels fresh and exciting. If you're searching for a car that delivers both luxury and performance without following the crowd, the Cadillac ATS might just be the perfect choice.